Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session about digital decoupling. I'm Zozimo from Singularity University Curitiba chapter. Basically, my background is about project management, innovation management, and also design management. That's crossing subjects, correlated. And then today we have some talk about how digital decoupling have inspiring design digital organization. Digital decoupling is a concept from IT, basically from platform architecture for digital transformation. And then the idea here is how important is establish digital organization structure for this kind of digital world, leveraging this virtual reality and digital twins, also Internet of Sense, this kind of world, digital world, we have important and essential to establish a new work structure model. That's the main idea here for this presentation. So why this is important? The digital solution flow is not necessarily the same the traditional way have the business to establish a problem-solving approach. I mean, digital is much more flexible, much more adaptable. And then you can to establish a new kind of relationship between work distribution and trying to establish a new kind of problem-solving approach. Also, digital assets have a different meaning from physical one. What does it mean? Digital asset is something more knowledgeable. It's more important. It's more how to solving problems. It's more important that you establish or have physical asset like a building, computers, offices, or even money, because in digital asset, the most important is establish connections that you can solve problems, and then you have much more valuation company for future. And another item is it's about way of trade. In digital world, we have different behavior. Consider NFTs, non-fungible tokens, or even cryptocurrency, smart contracts in Ethereum platform. It's totally different way of trades when they negotiate some kind of solutions or some kind of payment for work labors is totally different. The behavior is much more interest in the digital chain and establish boundaryless services. That's why it's so important for this event here. It's about unlimited reality. It's about virtual reality, and then we need to establish a company, a work structure, much more digital behavior than the traditional as business as usual. So the guidance here, the suggestion here is a solution for scaling IoT project development. Why IoT? Because IoT is much more than a traditional project. It's not the same that you developing a project for building infrastructure or developing software. It's much more complex. It's much more diversity, have much more elements like hardware development. You need infrastructure too. You need software development, firmware, and also the most important point here, and to have some sausage here is about context. You need to figure out the digital experience considering the context, because let's imagine a situation here about smart cities. Smart cities is a complex environment to develop a solution. It's not just software development. You have a whole context to consider and the project development. That's why we consider here is important to have a capacity to scaling IoT project development, because it's supporting this kind of virtual reality, Internet of Things, or even digital twins, and leverage this digital world. We need to supporting the improvement of this digital world. And then the suggestion here is establish a new work structure model. It's necessary to deal with this system behavior and also the complexity around. Then how to deal with this? My suggestion here is about establish what the Kotter call it the dual operating system. It's about to decoupling from hierarchical system, from traditional organization structure, and to decoupling from establishing a network, entrepreneurial network concept. So for some kind of small part of traditional companies, you can have a more dynamic system established to focus on speed of innovation, much more customer centricity, and then this is a more efficient solution for dealing with digital world, decoupling from traditional, but maintain the hierarchical structure to dealing with more stability and physical situations. And that's the suggestion for improvement in digital world, a dual operating system. That means most important here is an event-based platform. We have this dual operating system, a network, and also a hierarchy, and also a shared part of job to do here. Hierarchy is more focused on, command and control in the revenue, costs, financial accounts, sales and marketing, also legal and governance. But in the network, entrepreneurial network is like a startup concept. We have more focus in product research, development, delivery, continuous delivery, and also have a agile behavior for maintenance. And then this kind of structure here is much more designed for digital companies. Of course, that you need to have here in middle of this platform is a framework or software platform installed to deal with event-based management situation, because you need to have some connection between the traditional structure and also this dynamic network situation, focus on solving problem. This is managed by event-based platform. That's the suggestion for improving the traditional structure organization. And then when we consider this shared shared proposal here, you need to focus on strategy, customer engagement, support, and learning culture. It's more shared responsibilities here between the dual system here. So why is important? Why this structure for digital companies is important? Because when there is scaling execution, you don't want to scale the costs too. How to fix it? We need to deal with this chasm situation. We have many early adopters in technology, in virtual reality, and digital twins, but also it's not viable financially. And then you need to cross over this chasm and then reach out what you call in the market mainstream. And then you establish this kind of structure in digital world. As I said before, the dual operating system is supporting for you reach out this mainstream market. We need to jump from a small market here from early adopters or innovators and have much more people here that make this technology financiable. And then this is important for leverage this virtual reality. So how in the bottom line this is established? Here example, it's much more important we establish flow. Here is an important perspective, a transition from project to product perspective solution development. We need to focus on the product benefits and value. As I said here, as a value stream management, it's much more important than establish a work breakdown structure and the hierarchical leadership. It's much more important to have focus on the value stream. Here, example for how to break down feature in a software or a service or a product. And then when you break down this structure for implement this feature, we have a kind of this situation. We have a program iteration planning. We have several iterations, and then you need to distribute this work package for many kind of teamworks in the digital environment. But also you have this challenge here, all this red box have a strong dependence between interaction 1 to interaction 2. That's you need to managing this precisely because it's very important when you need to establish a virtual environment. Also, we have here 3 main summary situation. What's the challenges for establish this digital structure for supporting this digital world? Here's just 3 examples. You need to take care about how to scaling the execution, not the cost. And then you have this figure out when you design for change. You need to have this mindset. Also, solution context. It's very important. All the solution is designed for change. Small cycles, short cycles, and then we are prepared to change the evolution and the experiments of the development of this solution, this product, this service, whatever. Another challenge is about, as I said before, program interaction planning, because the interdependence validation, it's hard work to do. As also work package distribution, it's not easy because you have this dependence, and then you need to mapping this dependency, and then it's not easy because it's a system syncing problem. And another challenge is how to prioritize the backlog, product backlog. You need to have a synchronization of this backlog execution, implementation, and also have a mindset about the continuous delivery plan, because nowadays the business demanding time response very quickly for business environment, and then you need to have in your mindset consider a continuous delivery plan. Another point here is about practical evidence. What's companies doing for this transformation becomes reality? One, this item is about mapping dependence, as I said, using techniques like DSM or system design. Also, companies have establishing project to product transition. This perspective transition is important because you are more focused on value stream and continuous delivery. It's important mindset, and then many companies trying implement this kind of practical. Another one is about interface descriptions. Why is important? Because you have more modularity. Even better, you have more componentization of the work labor, and then the development solution. When you establish a project, you need to have more componentization, and then this is implemented by a formal interface description, like using or applying a Swagger language. Swagger is a language for interface description, much more precise, much more formal, and then this become more feasible to implement digital organization. And for last item here is about design practices. Company needs to have focus on and try to develop this kind of practices based on event-based platform. I mean, decoupling by management events. How to reach out decoupling? You need to have this kind of platform, a platform event-based, and much companies using Kafka or APG from Google. Kafka is a open source platform and implement this kind of event-based solution. It's important for decoupling work structure in digital environment. Another point here is about design practices considering microservices, establishing digital chain integration for establish services that going beyond boundaryless organization. You don't need to have stay inside of the company. You can establish much more collaboration from outside suppliers or knowledge, and then it's important to have a mindset in digital companies, this boundaryless concept. And another point here, in the last one I'm considering for today, is about implement a API strategy. It's very, very important, because API strategy have scaling capacity, is implementing to the company, and also have actionable behavior. Companies build up this kind of solutions. And much more important is organized around the value. It's important to focus on the value, and then you have much more results, and the bureaucracy and the hierarchical situation is the second level of importance. And then that's all for today. Thank you. Here my contact email address. Feel free to be in touch. That's all for today. Thank you. Bye.